Okay, so I can show you sandbox mode up to the 4th tier of citizenry. So I made a profile for Magnus Opus for playing on the sandbox mode. We're going to be playing on the advanced difficulty. I'm not going to play on the normal mode. We'll play on a little bit more difficult there. These are our individuals who will be going up against the governors. And we're going to continue. And we get to select our province. So you can either start in Latium or Albion. So we're going to go with the tried and true, the classic Rome experience, Latium. Awesome, let's get to it. All right, we're going to skip that. So I have actually been able to play quite a bit of the game, and so I know a pretty decent amount about what we're trying to do. So what we're going to try to go out and do is find resin and a few other materials that we're going to need for our tier 2 and 3 individuals. And we're going to start off with our nice little island. So this is a nice procedurally generated island. It'll be kind of different every time. So we're going to take a peek. Right here is a perfect area for our citizens. This isn't actually that great of a map when you kind of look at some of the things that I'm seeing, because we have some separations, and we want to try to get a compact design. So what I'm going to do is get a stretch of road like such, and I want to find kind of a middle ground for my housing. So I'm thinking right here. And for the wood, I kind of like to set my wood up for its permanent spots. Now, some people would advise you just to put your wood in the starting location so that you can use your starting warehouse and not have to do a warehouse, because it does cost money. I prefer this approach. So we're going to put our 2 gents here and make sure that the streams do not cross, Ghostbuster style, okay? And then we're going to get a road here and a road here, and we have a whole mountain slot right here, so we can take an aqueduct or mining. Most likely we'll do mining out of here, since we're going to have a warehouse, I think, right here. So let's kind of line this up for the future use that we're going to have for it. Okay, and so I'm going to get the warehouse up right at this juncture. And we're going to get up 2 sawmills. And we could put one here. And we could put one right here. And that's going to get us a good little synergy going there. And then for the road, this is going to be the tough part, right? Let's try to line something up like this. We'll try to use angles to make the city look cool. And now we have kind of like the basis of what we're trying to accomplish here. So let's get some houses up. Now I am going to use, I think, in this situation, I'm going to use the old school 3x3. I find it is, quite honestly, just really easy to use. We're also going to keep a middle of the road open for a future aqueduct. So I'm going to place that there. That way we can get things coming in and out pretty easy. And we do want to identify where we're probably going to get it from. So this mountain slot over there is good. This mountain slot over here could be a prime area. This would probably be better for mining. Honestly, I'm starting to think now that, yeah, we may take it from there, since it's so nice. So, I mean, if I did take it from there, that'd be good. Because the one over here we can either use for iron production, or we can use for our farming area. And the farming area likely would do well over here. So an aqueduct here with all the farming on this side area here. And an aqueduct here for all the citizens and baths and all that. So this is fine. However, if we do this, I'll have to move some stuff around. We can always move stuff around later. I think this is good for now. So with all of that, now we can use the eyedrop tool. And you can see it kind of did a little circle there. And we can just start placing houses down. There we go. There we go. That's what's really cool about this tool. I'm going to get rid of the tool for a second. And now we can just take the whole freaking area. There we go. Boom. And so we're going to do this out 4 times. There we go. So this is looking pretty darn good. And I'm going to unpause the game. So now we got ourselves our basic little city here. We have options available to us. So we want to get the fish going as fast as possible. We're going to do 2 fishies here. And for the porridge and all that, we will need a bit of wood if we want to get across this area. This kind of is like a natural little spot over here that you can see. For a bridge, I think it looks like a good spot. And I think we're going to do all of our farming and stuff all throughout here on this backside. We also have another port here. We can do fish and all types of stuff here too. So this is a good area for us to influence. So we just need to start working on getting the food needs for them. So we'll try to get the fish. The fish give money per house, essentially. So this is one of the first things that you actually want to get up if you want to get your reduce the amount of money that you're losing. Okay, and we're gonna start looking for islands. So I'm gonna have him go off. Speed this up just a tad bit. All right, and we got wood production going now. One fishy up. We did encounter one of the people, and I'm going to assign our ship to group 1, so I can just hit 1 and target him. All right, so I want to go to this corner down here, and then go all the way up on the side, so we can try to identify islands that are closer to us. We have our first enemy. And in this game, you don't buy your enemies out, you invade them. So that's an interesting mechanic. There are naval and land battles. Up those houses. Alright, I think we're in good shape. Very good. Okay. So now that we have the ability to place markets, so the reason I like this design is I can do something like this and just rip this out. Place the market here and place the tavern here. The 3x3 is really adept for that reason. And realistically, it doesn't hit everything. I think what you actually want to do here is a fivefold, if you can. You don't always have the ability to do those things, though. So that's the problem. Okay, so what I'm thinking is, yeah, the market you will get a technology point, which allows you to increase the radius. But the tavern, as you can see, might benefit from having multiple areas. So, like one tavern here, one tavern over there. So we are going to, unfortunately, destroy this house over here. Place this over here. This is cool because this will give us a well. And then I'll probably just have multiple taverns in the design. And that will allow me to put some houses over here. And the market should do a good job. Okay, I think we're in good shape. I'm going to try to upgrade the houses closest to the center first. So you just use the upgrade tool for that. Very good. And there we are. So let's continue to go. So here is one of the traders that we can get. Here is an island. This island has grape, none of the fertilities that we need currently. This island over here has resin, and we want that. This one has terrible stuff. Over here is a really good one with olive fertility and resin. So we want this island right here. And it has lavender too. I think our main island has lavender, so we don't have to worry about that. We have sturgeon population, so that's good. Okay, we got a few things that are going to help us out. So the main thing I need to do at this juncture is get up a bridge. Okay, yeah, we'll get the bridge up here. And then I am going to get a road kind of going through the back parts here. And then we can do our farming off of this. And just to make sure that this lines up with what we want, let's try to put a building down. Okay, cool. It holds. So we need a spot for the hemp farms. And what I want to do is create probably like a central area and a central road. Then place a warehouse off of that. And then place, yeah, like just do roads upon roads. So we can have industry down here and farming around these back parts. But we want to make sure that we can get to these areas. Do a sideways road there. Okay, so we have a hemp farm. And this gives an income effect of +1. And so this is why I was saying you kind of want to have multi-areas. So I think what we're going to end up doing is destroying houses here. And placing one gent right here. And placing one hat maker right here. And then let's get the hemp farm up. And we can go, you know, it's not very tall. 60 tiles is not a whole lot. That's good. And I think I'll do the sheep. We'll do probably 2 of these, but we'll do them like this. And we'll get a couple sheep places up. 1, 2, 3. Perfection. And then roads are your friend. Anytime you can get a road out, you should. Okay. We got ourselves a nice little area over here for those materials, and we got a lot more to do. And we'll play this by ear. We got river slots over here for... you kind of want to keep your clay away from your areas, to be honest. We might bring the clay production up here. We have a lot more housing that we can put up in this area. So this is cool, because we can put like our main buildings, like the big buildings like right here, and that will give them influence over those 2 areas. That's probably what we're going to do. We definitely need to get up the... Okay, so we got the market up. We definitely need to get the tavern up ASAP. Okay, we're still patrolling for islands. And we're going to try to get up a second island here as fast as possible. But I do want to make sure that we get the best island we can. So far, it's looking like this little guy up here is going to be a good island for us. All right. Got the tavern up. Got the funny hat maker and the clother up. Now we just need to get up everybody else. And the early game bottleneck is for sure wood. So you can even go a little crazier on wood if you want. Now, it says we have no warehouse in range, right? And that's why you probably want to put an additional warehouse, like maybe like right up here. Okay, now we're in range. We're doing good. You can see the game is very, very detailed. It's awesome. Okay, we're gonna keep scouting the islands. I already know which island we're gonna take, to be honest. The one down here. Oh, the one down here is really good, but it's very far away. It's a big island though. Okay, this warehouse is up, and these warehouses do cost money, but you know, it's okay. All right, so we have the materials we need for all of those gents now, and a lot of these houses we can get up. We just want to keep getting people, start making money. We'll do a good job. I think we're doing okay right now. The governor's villa and stuff like that, I think I'm going to place like a lot of that stuff right here and then build houses around this. And then the peasant areas will just be peasant areas. It'll be all right. We may even move the fishies and all that over here, make this a little bit more pristine. But there is a technology that gives +3 wealth per house within range of a fishing hut. That's pretty powerful. Okay, so what do we got down here? Nothing good. Nothing good. Okay, so this is our guy up here. So we're going to need to get a bunch of wood. Bring that up there. And you can see currently we don't have a whole bunch of wood. So that kind of sucks. But let's actually take a peek, right? To do wood, you just need wood. And that's it. You need money. We only need a little bit of wood to build a few houses for workers. And in this situation, we can just put our foresters right off of a area that we... Yeah, there's not a whole lot of wood right off the harbor areas. Oh, that is cool. So you can see here they did a wall around their whole little city here, and they're looking pretty sharp. They've already upgraded. They're doing well. Gent over here though, he's not doing too hot. Okay. So now we're ready to upgrade some of our residences. We'll upgrade these guys. All right, and now it wants me to, you know, get the villa up. So I'm thinking we do a lot of this stuff up here. I'm gonna destroy the little nubs here. Yeah, we got bread production. We'll get into all this in a second here. So let's take a peek here. We need mackerels. So we don't have mackerels here. We have only sturgeon. So we need to find a place with mackerels to make that. Unless they changed it. It used to be... Yeah, here you go. So you're gonna have to take a lot of islands and do a lot of trading between your cities. So, just to get some basics. But you don't actually have to do everything in the game. You don't have to do everything. That's one thing that kind of tripped me up. You only need to do enough of them to get to the next tier. So, we're already at tier 2, which is really good. And we're building up. We're going to get some wood. We're going to get that second island going as soon as possible. We're in positive money territory, so we're in really good shape right now. We could definitely, you know, take our time. Make sure that our goats are happy. Okay. So we should have enough wood now. Yeah, we got 30 wood. That's pretty good. So we're gonna come up here. I think we're gonna get this island started, and then we need to go get the mackerels potentially. But I think we'll be okay. Let's just continue trekking along here. So there's a lot to do. At this stage of the game, it actually gets pretty intense. So we need clay, we need a place to make bread and all that jazz. So what I'm gonna do is bring my roads up and over. But like I said, some of this stuff requires bridges, so you can go this way. I kind of like that they give you natural pathways like this though, so that's pretty cool. And we actually have a warehouse right there. That's cool. Maybe we don't even need to do another warehouse. Let's get the road like such. Very good. Let's get this connected. Might be in distance of the warehouse, I don't know. Let's connect it right there. There we go. Got the road connection. It's oh, it's just there. It's just right there. There we go. Now we got a warehouse connection. That's funny. Alright, bridge is up. Alright, let's get this area up. Now, I'm going to bring this stuff away from the town because you can see it has a massive negative. And so you don't really want anything valuable there. Second, we need an insane amount of coal production. We do have a shortage, and that's okay. But we're going to get up 2 tile makers. I'm going to get them up right here. And there is something to be said about sparsely populating areas to reduce negatives. So just FYI, we need to get fire prevention and things like that up here too. So we need to get a warehouse here. And we need to get more of our population up. Not a problem. There we go. And it looks like we need to upgrade a few of these houses. We're going to upgrade this top area because that's where I'm going to put a lot of the nicer stuff. We're going to come over to our gent here. Now it costs money, 18,000. So we're going to go pretty close to being bankrupt. And that's super scary. So let's hold off for a second. So one of the cool features in this game is you can just start trading straight from your port now. And you could do that before, but you can set the trade for every single port on the map, which is really cool. So let's see, we have sheep. So you can say all goods. So all islands I have, I can set sheep selling. So we're going to set a minimum stock of 40 sheep. And we're going to set this to sell. And so we'll sell when we're above 40. And so we'll start selling sheep to anybody who wants to buy them. And I'm happy with that. So we might make a little cash there, but not a lot. Eventually we'll have a lot more production. And we can do a lot more with that. But we're in a good spot with everything. Okay. So to get this house up, I just need wood. There we go. That should get us the workforce that we need. No, you don't get any moments of my time, sorry. I learned my lesson, I don't talk to you. Okay. Screw it. My best decisions have always been made with screw it. Okay. So what we need to do here... Okay, we have no money. I think I have to be under... yeah, he'll give me some cash. He'll give me 20 grand. Okay, cool. He doesn't like me, and you shouldn't actually probably do that because it actually kind of really hurts, but I'm an impatient man with a mission, on a mission. Alright, so 100 here. And a reduced... I don't care. It'll be like 75 and 75. And we'll have a weird reduction, but there's just not a lot of wood here. And yeah, production. This is going to be a working camp anyway, right? And then we'll get... This isn't going to be a pretty thing. It's just going to be a thing. And we're going to get these guys up. There we go. Get some houses. Get some workers. And we're in golden shape now. I'm going to bring this gent back to our main city. Yeah, that's cool. I understand and wish to continue. No, I'm not your friend. I'm not your friend. I am not your friend. Okay. That's funny. That's funny. He's just like... But I cannot blame. Yeah, I'm glad he knows that he sucks. He's like, I can't blame you for not liking me. It's like, alright, dude. You don't have to be so down on yourself. Like, I just don't want to deal with your shit right now. Okay, we got the silly hats, we got the cool tunics. So we need to get, like, bread production and all that, and that requires a lot of coal. So up here, we can actually set up a trade. So if you come over here, they are offering all this. So they want hand mirrors, pigs, and bird tongues. They'll buy anything we have to offer. So this is fixed. So in the prior versions, we were not able to set up trade. So now I can actually just trade anything to them. And that's really, really cool. So we're going to have to figure out something I can trade. But it may not automate the trade. That's the thing that I have to figure out again. But we can buy ships and things like that. So we have options. Alright, we need a few more workers, but other than that, we're doing really well. We're making everything we need. It wants me to build the governor's villa, and I'm just not ready for that yet. I'm feeling pretty good about what we have going on here. And yeah, we're at full output now, but we won't be when I get more of these guys up. You can see the radius on them is strong. Yeah, understand. Okay, so we're just gonna slowly build up this area up here. All we need to really do is make it, cash positive, and it will be awesome. So we definitely want to get a market. And we definitely want to get a tavern. And at a minimum, we probably want to get the tunics. We're just going to build this out like such. We got a whole area back here for farming. I think over here is honestly a wonderful place for farming. Ooh, yeah, this is great. Yeah, we'll do all of our farming back here. So first and foremost, let's get the hemp. So we just want to make sure we're utilizing all the space we have. Well, yeah, look at that. That's a perfect 60 right behind it. Literally, the width of it is a perfect 60. All right, so there you go. That gives us that. And what we need now is a warehouse. We're going to put a warehouse right here. And that's going to help us out with this. Not enough cultivation area. Well, that's not good. 40%. Okay. Let's see if I can get away with putting it over here. Doing a sideways road and being in distance to the warehouse. So that actually might be better for us. There we go. Alright, we're going to let them just kind of build up naturally. Over here, we're going to upgrade these jets. And then I need to figure out what's going on here. We don't have enough tunics or hats. And this is what I was kind of getting at earlier, is you're typically going to need about 2 of these anyway, just to keep up with production. So you might as well just be kind of moving these jets around. So we're going to get up another jet here. And then we're going to get up a hat maker right here. And then, like I said, there's a spot for a well or something. Pretty dope. Okay, now we should have enough resources for all that. Now the next thing that we need to do is get up a flour mill. Oh, actually the next thing we need to do is upgrade houses. Okay. Missing goods. They're in range. We're in range. Okay, let's let them kind of build up there. And we can at least get the wheat farm up. Now we're most likely going to want 2 of these at some point, but for now, I'm going to do this. That's not bad. That's like a perfect 140 right there. And charcoal production. Let's do another charcoaler over here. Yeah, insufficient workforce. That's okay. Definitely want to connect some of the roads over here. All right, there we go. We're getting the hats. And I think we're going to want to take this island over here, potentially. Let's see what we're missing. Over here we have resin. We have olive oil. Down here we have, flax, oysters, iron, marble. Marble could be one that I want to start getting. All of these islands around us have something to offer. Oh, this is a good one too. But primarily, I think we want to get the mackerel population from here. Not bad, not bad. Let's go try to do a little bit of trade. So we do have wood, and ooh, we do have a lot of sheep. So we're gonna come over here and trade. Very good. Let's we got the fire prevention. Let's come over here. Let's just continue to build this up and build up the population. So that was not what I wanted. All right, hold down and don't let go. There we go. Yep, I understand. Here we go. Get the roads up. Beautiful. Okay. So we got a nice little area over here, and we could put more stuff in between. I mean, we might as well go the distance over here and, get the funny hat maker. And I think what we're going to do is connect a back road and a road here to kind of maximize everything. So he's a little bit out of the warehouse distance. Okay, maybe I should put him here. That way I don't have to build another warehouse just for a little bit. And we definitely need to get some sheep. So we'll get the sheep up right behind him. And pull up a road right here. Probably fit 2 sheep back here. If I play my cards right. I don't know if I played my cards right. It's a little off. Yeah, there's enough for 2. I think what we'll do is shave the road down to the least right here. Then I'll get the sheep in here, here, and right here. There we go. That works. Now we got the 2 sheep going. We should be able to get a little bit more money. Money is kind of the big thing that you need. Workforce low. Okay. Now we can finally upgrade these people, right? Nope. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. They do not have forage. Oh, oh, yeah. Yes. Forage. Always the porridge. But we're doing good over in that regard. Yeah, we got the wheat up. I forgot all about the porridge. So we're going to need a little bit of porridge here. Now the porridge, you don't need to place anywhere near the people. They don't get a bonus from it being in their proximity. They get a bonus from consuming it. So yeah, porridge, I should have got it from the start. My bad. Sorry about that. That's kind of what I was saying. You don't have to actually have to hit everything. I could have just done it with you only need 1 of them. But we'll do them both. I just needed more fish, realistically. We'll get a little bit more fish going here. Now we'll get us to where we need to be. Alright, so we're back over here. And so that's only 200, and then the sheep are 51 per 1. Oof. Yeah, we're getting a fire somewhere. Oh. Yeah, we're going to need to get fire prevention up here. There's really no way around this. You need to get fire prevention up in your industry, especially this area. Okay, so we're doing okay over there. Over here, also want to get fire prevention, and we're going to want to get some coppers in here. And again, this is why I like the 3x3. You can just destroy something, throw in what you need. Okay, put the cops right there in the middle. That will help out. And we just need a few more workers. We're getting close. Getting close. Once the fish hit, I think we can do it. There we go. Yep. See, we just needed to hit the fish. That's fine. You don't have to do everything, but it's good to do everything. There we go. Now we'll have enough population. And we're hitting good tiers. Now we can get up the sanctuary. And so this is religion. It's best to do it in the middle, but like I said, we're going to be sharing between a few points. So religion here. And the grammaticus, this is actually something you do want to place in the center. So we have, yes. Okay, so we have everything there. And I think what I'll do is delete these guys here. Put them right here, because I know we're going to go off in different directions. And the baker, you can see, actually has massive fire risk, but the money is great. So, okay. And then over here, we could put a few places we could make this. So we're going to put it back here. And I'll just try to cut through the middle here. I'll try to cut right through the middle here. There we go. And I think I will get 2 wheat fields up. You could get away with 1, but I always like to do excess. That way when you want to expand, you already have it going. There we go. And then the bread maker is going to go right here. And that's going to bring in a lot of money. And money is good. Money very good. Let's come back over here. Alright. So over here, we want to start moving in, getting ready to move into some of the other stuff. And let's see, can we upgrade any of this? No. So let's get the fish going here. Gonna get a quick little road. There we go. And do we want to do porridge? I mean, it's not too hard to do porridge, so I guess we should. Let's just fill in this whole back area. There we go. And then we can get a porridge maker there. Not bad. Okay, everything's in good shape. Full output storage. Now we can start... But now we can start selling wood, and we can just do, like I said, all goods, and you just set a minimum stock of like 40, and they'll sell everything above that. It's really, really awesome. So sell, oh shoot, sell all goods. That's crazy. That's awesome. You can just tell them to sell everything. We're just gonna do that. So this is okay. So this is all goods, yeah. No trade, no trade. Okay, now I'm getting it. So we're gonna sell one above 40. Okay, there we go. So this is how you do that. That's so cool. Alright, now we have a bunch of new options, and we're going to need a bunch of people to do this stuff. Alright, we got the... Okay, so the piggies are going to go up in the bad zone, the badlands. We're going to get up a few of these gents. And we are going to need to get some technology here. So, yeah, let's come in and get technology points. First thing we want to research is probably going to be warehouse organization. Then the fishies, because they give +3 income to everyone in the radius. And then sewing circles that give +1 knowledge effect. Alright, so we got ourselves... Looks like we have to do that one first. And then down here, I want watchtowers and I want wells. And so we're going to go for those things first. Okay, so we got a good thing going on up there. So we're going for some sandals. Now we're going to need salt. And salt is actually pretty easy. We'll do salt there. We're going to need a tannery. Do the tanner right there. You can see these all give pretty bad bonuses. Now this guy is amazing. He gives probably one of the better bonuses in the game, just like no negatives. And we can just remove the one house right here and toss him right there. That's why the 3x3 honestly it's pretty clean. It doesn't waste a lot of space. And then over here, we just need lavender. To make soap. So lavender will actually give a +1 happiness bonus. So in a weird way, I'm kind of thinking about filling this whole backside here with lavender. Yeah, that looks kind of cool. And that will give us a little bit of happiness there. Now we're going to need a renderer. And we're probably going to want another piggy. Okay, we got ourselves another pig. We got the renderer. I think we're going to need more coal, personally. I'm not sure where to put this, though. Got a coal there. Let's do another coal over here. Okay, he does not have warehouse access. Get a bridge right here. I think we're going to put a warehouse over here or something. Because we can use it for other things in the city. And we can use it for this guy over here. Okay, get some charcoal going. Alright, we're at full charcoal output, but it's going to change. It is going to change. Alright, let's upgrade some more houses if we can. Yes, we can. There we go. And we're going to need to start building some more houses for sure. So let's just do a few more. We don't want to go so big that it's harder for us to upgrade. Here we go. Get some more houses going. More people. All right. We have a good selection here. Now the soap maker is a nasty one. You can see it gives -1 happiness, but it gives +1 health. And you can see our health is really bad. So we're going to put that right here. Try to get the health up a little bit. Get the production. And that's the important thing, is there's attributes and area of effects. So it lowers happiness, increases health, area effect, but the consumption of it increases population by 1 and also gives another 2 health. And so soap making is pretty powerful. Okay, we got our first research success, which means that, oh, we did not connect a road here. Yeah, make sure you got your roads. All right. So we'll be able to upgrade this in a little bit. It's a good thing to do. We can come up here. I'm just relying on other people to buy things from me for trade right now. I could definitely set up a trade route, but I don't want to. I'm just going to focus on everything else. Boom, boom, boom. Let's get some more houses up. Yeah. And the more people you have, the better for just passive generation of wealth. And we can upgrade some of these gents. So we're going to upgrade these guys here. Now bring in a lot of this will bring in a lot of money. A lot more money than the other gents. So that's good. And we are going to have an increased fire chance. And fire is bad. So let's get up a little bit of fire prevention here. We're going to need some clay tiles. So let's come back to our gent over here. Go into our storage and bring a bunch of clay tiles. Ooh, that's looking good. Alright, so we're going to bring up some clay tiles here. And we do have the capacity to start building ships, and it's wise to get this capacity up. So we'll need an additional hemp farm, more than likely, for production. Okay. Trying to fill in the areas as best as I can. Alright, sailmaker. We have plenty of sheep, I think. So, rope production. And then, yeah, we'll produce our ships right there. And yeah, we can upgrade our warehouses now, so we should definitely do that. I think all of them should be upgraded. Okay. Alright, we're back up over here. Let's pop in all the clay tiles. Very good. Okay, so we can get up our fire prevention now. And let's upgrade the warehouse, because we're going to expand. Send this gent back. Nice. Trading post improvements have been acquired. So now we can upgrade this. There we go. Yeah, this will increase the main storage of the entire island there. So that's really cool. Okay, so this is where we need the resin. So now over here, what we want to do is get these gents up. It's saying 0% resin. Okay. We have to find the spot. It looks like it's getting it from trees. We got one there. Yeah, it's getting it from the trees. This is going to be the hard part. I want to make sure we have warehouses close enough. This is going to be the expensive part, I should say. To the road off of there. And we needed a warehouse out in this area anyway for the town. So we'll do that. Okay, so we do have resin. And what else can we get from here that we need? Olive fertility, okay. So that's the olive oil. So the plantation for olives can really go anywhere. It's all good area for it. Let's do it right here. Up against this spot. Need 160. Now the area of effect, attributes for consumption and area of effect is +1. I prefer to send the raw ingredients so that I can get the area effect personally. That's a distinction that you can make for yourself. If you rather not have them produce it. There we go. Didn't realize that wasn't up full. But I will say it's nice to have every little bit you can get. So, yeah. I'm going to put one here. I think we're going to get 3 of these guys up. So we have enough. There we go. A little bit more. There we go. Okay, so we got plenty here. That's not good. Fire bad. Okay, so now we're going to set up a trade route between here and here. So we just need a new trade route. We're going to add our main ship from here to here. And it is going to load olives and resin. And then it is going to unload those things over there. And we'll establish that route. And it will come and get the goods and bring them back. And this is beautiful. So we do have a ship maker. Once I get enough rope, we can start making more trade ships. we definitely need to increase our population. So get that going. All right, I think what we're gonna do here is copy this whole area like such. Ooh, that's a bad thing to do because of the stuff. We need to find something that doesn't have extra buildings on it. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Build it out like such. Very good. That will get us going. Oh, are we out? No, we're not through. Discovery has no adjacent research nodes. Ah. Oh, I see. It's a little funky. Yeah, we gotta go in order. Okay, that's fine. So, yeah, market focus next. This will increase the market radius. Watchtowers after that. Sewing circles, then the fish. Alright, let's leave it there. We also need to pick our religion. I've gone over this in other videos. I go series just for food production. I'm gonna set her as our patron. Oh yeah, we're in good shape. Alright. So we got a big radius there. The market will expand here momentarily. One thing that isn't going to expand though is tavern radius. So let's get a tavern up right here. There we go. That's looking good. City status increase. We're making a lot of money now. So the things that we need to bring over into production here. This is going to, let's see. Area effect income +1 for fire safety. I don't really actually like that one.
Is at risk of a great fire.
So we're gonna unfortunately not have the money no monies. That's okay, but I will produce it here. And then the olive press for sure is going to be anywhere really. Right here looks good to me. There we go. Right in the heart. Beautiful. Latin research now available. There's a lot of research. Okay. It looks like this gent wants to give me 10 grand. I'll take 10 grand. Take 10 grand any day of the week. And we should probably get up the main head honcho so that we can start getting specialists into the city. So let's get the villa up. Yeah. We want to be able to wall this area off. And yeah, you need to make sure that you have the roads connected. There we go. We'll need a medic. Alright, I'm going to put the medic right here. Go back up here. We're not having any shortages that I can see. We are having massive fire issues, but the wells will help with that. Okay. So we're going to do a gatehouse in the back here. Going to do this. Do this. And you actually don't have to be too crazy with this stuff because you can only have so many towers. You can only like have a few towers. They can't intersect, so this is going to be just fine. Once I get enough wood, we'll get that spot. And I want to get another ship up ASAP. So we just need wood. Always wood. We did spend a lot of it. Okay, now we can build our first ships. We're going to just build a basic ship. Now you can customize it. Now the way that customization works is every customization takes a storage slot. So just think about that. I'm going to leave it as the base version for that reason. And we're going to upgrade more houses over here. There we are. Yeah, we're doing great. Let's come back up here and see how we're doing. I think we're doing all right. I think we have a perfect population for what we're trying to achieve here. We got the olive. We got pretty much everything that we wanted from here. Question is, yeah, they're happy. That's all that matters. And the islands are being taken, so this is actually... We potentially need to come over here and get these mackerels. We don't need them, though. So we could go without it. Nice. Look at this, guys. Watchtowers. Okay. +1 happiness. +1 happiness. There we go. These things are amazing. Okay. And we're in good shape. That's going to give us a lot of happiness that we did not have. And the wells will help us with fire prevention. We should really actually focus on fire prevention because we need it. We got one over there. Like, yeah. Yeah, we got a lot of fire potential. And the health is kind of going up. So we are actually... Oh, we are actually going to need potentially the garum. And it looks like we need more porridge. Get a second porridge maker up. There we go. Get a little bit more action there. And this warehouse is doing okay. We got our ship. Have trade with rival. I don't want to do any of that. But this is great. We got ourselves a little ship. Now we can roam around, sell off anything that we don't want. And we don't have a whole lot to sell right now. We do got some piggies, though. Let's go see how much piggies sell for. And you can see we have 3 inventory slots because I didn't put anything. Now, if I were to put anything, it would be the speed to make sure you can outrun, you know, the bandits. But it's kind of nice being able to just bulk trade things, in my opinion. And you can come over here and buy more ships. So I've never, you know, needed it too bad. And we've got everything we need. It's the garum now. Yeah, I think if we can hit three of them, not all need categories fulfilled. So we actually might need to do garum. But I think we can hit it in different spots. So like tunics, they want more tunics. We got 3 tunic makers. That's kind of silly. I copied an area over here. We'll get rid of that. We're gonna need more hemp farms. I think we have enough of these guys, but we're using too much of the hemp. Okay, get another hemp farm. I think the warehouse might be a little overwhelmed. Doesn't seem like it is though, because we're not seeing it firing all the time. Okay, I'm gonna get this guy in control too. Oh right, and he's got some good offers if I needed anything, but 150. That's not bad. That's 3 per pig. Yeah, they'll buy anything. Okay, so we can buy people now. Productivity plus 10%. Trade prices -5. Productivity, rope maker, rope chain. So you gotta read, because it's very specific to industry, and you have to read that. And we can re-roll for 5 grand, which I'm gonna do. Fire safety from aphore if supplied. Okay, I don't remember what that is. That might be a foreign thing. Military. Oh, religion. +1 belief area. Available patrols. Rebuild time -30%. That's actually kind of cool. Yeah, the bucketeer, the buccaneering bucketeer. That one's if supplied. Okay.
One of is at risk of a great.
We need to take that other island ASAP. Okay, and then we're cool over here. I think we might have some fire potential, but I think we're okay. And I don't think we're getting enough olive oil, are we? All right, let's come back over here and see what these guys want. They want soap. They want hats. Yeah, they just don't have everything. That's the problem when you get too many people. You kind of want to keep it small. And I think the resources are a little bit. They must have dialed them down because it used to be so easy to get these resources. We may start importing silly hats and tunics from above. And soap production, yeah, that's just not gonna cut it. There we go. Yeah, we didn't need it all. We got it. There's tier 3. You know, that's the thing. You don't need all of it. You just need to fulfill enough. And we have 167. Do all of these guys. Now this is the tier 3. So tier 3 is wine, cheese, aqueduct, and theater. So they want us to stop before tier 4. Cheese production comes from Albion. Wine is really easy. You just need vineyard production, which we have here in honey. And honey needs to be in meadows to get 100%. So you don't want it in treed areas. And then, you know, you get the theater. You get all these really cool things. And you unlock all these awesome things. But we're not going to go that far. Simply because I can't. But what I do want to show you is how the aqueducts work. Because what you need is concrete. And concrete is the third. So you got wood, clay to tiles, and then now you have concrete. So for concrete, we need a limestone quarry. And we have that potential right here. And we'll get up a warehouse for this, I think. And then we're also going to need sand refinery. Get that here. And then a concrete mixer. And we'll get the concrete mixer up back here. And we'll upgrade this warehouse. And we're missing clay. We're just not getting enough of it, I guess. Yeah, they did definitely make it just a tad bit different. Get another dude over here. And then we'll bring the road up from the back side. He has access. The warehouse back here. There we go. Should have warehouse now. Ah, it's not. Yeah, it's not close enough. That's okay. We'll just get up another dude right here. But to get to the 4th tier, you have to fulfill a good amount of these needs. And they're not too difficult to do. The theater, for instance, requires concrete. You can see has an insane radius and gives happiness, knowledge, and prestige. And these buildings become pretty darn essential to maintaining order. So we'll get that. Right now we're missing the sand, but we'll get some concrete here, and I'll show you the aqueducts. All right, we have a little bit of ruin down here. You can instant repair those though. All right, we're gonna sit down here and see if I can get some good.
Your cities is at risk.
I really wish they would have allowed us to play just a little bit more, but I do understand that they don't want to ruin the whole game for everybody. So yeah, there's a lot to the game that I can't show, and so that should be exciting to those who want to play. Yeah, I did not connect this. There we go. All right, we got some more research that we can do. So we need 5 tons of concrete before we're going to pave roads. And a lot of these guys are locked because we haven't been to the new area yet. And we definitely want to get wells discovered. Well, that's pretty cool. Quartermaster, negative 20% weight slowdown. 2 more cargo slots on the flagship. That's pretty amazing, actually. And there's so much technology that we can't even really go into yet. There we go. Now we're going to get that stuff. Alright, we're going to donate to Rome to improve our relations. And we're going to hire Brutus. This is a special event. You get 20% workforce from residents. So this one's amazing. There we go. We just increased how many workers we had in this area. It's pretty cool. It's kind of, yeah, you kind of do want to have some buildings central. It's impossible to put every building in the center, though, and have houses in the radius. You really do have to mix and match. So it makes the game kind of hard, actually. But, yeah, their needs aren't too bad. I think you're going to want Garum for the tier 3 at least, because cheese is harder to get than garum. And some of these things, like fine glass, writing, some of these things aren't too difficult. But you might even want to have smaller islands feeding base resources into your big guy, which is, you know, common throughout the Anno theme. Okay, so now we can get our aqueduct up there. So what you have are these aqueduct cisterns, which create an area of effect, okay? And these are powerful. So right here is where we're going to put one of them, if we can. So I'm just going to trace this out and show you how it all works. So you'll bring out aqueduct this way, and sometimes you'll have to... Construction area block, okay. We're going to have to move the warehouse over here. Interestingly enough, this road is messing things up, so I have to delete that road. Okay. Now that the road is gone, we can do this. And what's kind of crazy is you have to have enough room for it to go around. So this is where it gets tricky. I just realized I placed a, I placed the walls over here. We'll have to delete this. So these are just things to take in consideration when you're doing all this. This is a really wonky one. And that's kind of why you want to pre-plan this stuff so it doesn't look all silly. I had to delete some of it. Okay. So you can see this is good. It likes this. It likes this a lot. Construction area blocked. Just bring it down a little bit at a time. And we may need to do it like this. This construction area blocked. Alright, we're going to delete this road here, which is messing things up for me. But you can see how it's going down and down and down and then up and up and up as you do things. It's what makes it a little tricky. And it's because it needs to use gravity to move the water. So the cistern is right here. Yeah, the sandal maker is going to need more room. There we go. I'm going to move some of this stuff out of the way. I think actually let's just move this guy here. And ironically, we can put a well right here. Get a bunch of fire safety. Okay, so if we put this pretty much off of the thing, it will work. Here we go. There we go. So we got it. We got it in. And you can see the connector is right on this side, so you do need to align this up with the connector. So you can use the arrow keys to rotate. So make sure that this is connected correctly. And so we need to back this out, unfortunately. And there you go. So once I build all this, we will have water. Now this works also with crops. And as you use buildings and as you build things, it has a pool of how much can actually come out of this system. So that's what you need to take into consideration. So I'm going to fast forward, get this all built up so you guys can see what that looks like. And it is smart to place these wells in as many places as you can. Brings down all the fire risks substantially. +1 per house, like, yeah. So the inner design for that reason. So one of the reasons I like the 3x3 is what you can do with it. is this. It's like you cut out this house here, and then you just do a road, and you have a spot perfectly for both of the well and the watchtower. So you can do this. And you have another spot for another 2x2. So if there's another one, which I don't know yet because I haven't gotten that far, you can place all three of them inside of the 3x3 and just have that massive area of effect and bonus. So that's really cool. Now, and it also kind of looks a little nicer to have those things in the middle of the city. There's not a whole lot of 2x2s, but I mean, you could technically even put a tower in the middle of all this, right? So then, if you're ever raided, I mean, it's not walled off, but just another thing that you can do. It just has a lot of, you know, a lot of uses, to be honest. All right, here's the cistern. So you can see once I get water in, it's going to tell me the maximum amount of water coming in. But I just like how it angles and gets taller and taller. You can see because the water has to flow downhill. So pretty proper Roman treatment. Now you do need a road to this thing. So road out the back like that. Now we can come in and look at this. Looks looking pretty good. You can see the city is coming along nicely. Man, they're taking islands fast. That's the thing too. Is you'll have one AI that does really well, and they just move and they move and they move and they take everything. Well, let's look at some of the other gents we can get. So, hit points plus 50%. This is military. This is economy. Workforce needed 33% for kitchens in range. X ships. Iron mines in range give +1 knowledge area of effect. So none of these are very useful. Let's re-roll. Belief area of effect for lavender grower. Attack speed. Defiring nature. Available patrols. And these are all pretty cool. But none of these are things I can use. This is for warehouses. Workforce negative 25%. Upkeep cost negative 50%. That's kind of cool. Military. Ooh. Custodos in range. That one's kind of cool. That one's kind of cool. Happiness area effect. But yeah, there's a lot of, it's just like Anno 1800, you know, you have a lot of these guys. Alright, so we got the basis of our irrigation now, you said. And we got a good chunk of this, but we need a lot more. I do have 2 of these guys going to kind of speed this up, but yeah, we're getting the aqueducts up. Okay, well, it looks like we can go down into the second tier because we got 500 knowledge points. So that's pretty crazy. Warmer hospitality. More officiums. Some of this stuff's pretty sweet, but some of it is blocked. Happiness area effect. Custodos. Okay, so that's our military guy. That's what that is. That's our police force. So that's a good one to get. It's not bad because we do have one of them in the mix, but yeah, he's not much. All right, I'm gonna use the upgrade tool to build the aqueducts here because otherwise you have to select one at a time. It might be like my biggest tip to people. Use the upgrade tool for this. Oh my god. Alright, we just need a little bit more and we have the full completion here. There we go. Yeah, the tier 3 houses, as you can see, they look really cool. Let's get down on the ground and look at them, right? Yeah. They got little fountains and things like that. I don't know where the water's coming from because I haven't got the aqueducts up, but they're all pretty. They got little paintings. Much nicer area of town. Oh man, aqueduct looks amazing from the background. This is cool.
Our last line of defenses, but us.
Yeah, this is nuts. Okay, it should all be built now. See the water flowing. Oop, one more spot.
Your aqueduct.
There we go.
Quite an humble
We did it.
beginnings.
And so now you can see we've used 90 out of 100. And this will go up. There's like bathhouses and all types of buildings. And the farmland takes up a lot of this. So with the farm, you want really your own. You want like 2 of them. One for farming and one for the city, in my opinion. But this is how you bring water into the city. And you can see it has a pretty decent radius. And you're going to need several of these points. And so you may want to base your city along a main utility route like that for that reason. But this will bring an insane amount of happiness. As you can see, we're getting a lot of happiness from hats and a good amount from the coppers actually, which is kind of funny, and 117 from water. So pretty important. It's actually really easy to get everyone happy. This is a... I've had better cities than this, but I am playing on a harder difficulty than I played previously, so I had to adjust for some of that stuff. So we got togas, we got all this stuff that we can do over here. Get a few more of these gents up, right? And you have to have enough of the population in order to unlock more. So there's writing tables, there's fine class, the theater. We can now get up a theater. I can show you that at least. And the theater is amazing. And that gives, as you can see, a massive happiness bonus. And so once you get... You can see how these big buildings, they change the entire city. And so without them, yeah, it's hard to have a good picture of, is the game easy? Is the game fun? Hard to have a good picture when you're seeing the resource management being really difficult because you don't have those buildings factored in. So yeah, we'll just try to get the fire down. And these wells also do work in the industrial area. So you do want to build them close to these hubs. You can see we're bringing down a lot of the fire issues here. So yeah, in addition to just your basic units, you'll want these guys too. They will help tremendously. And so here we go. A little bit of fire prevention. At least I think they do. Yeah. So 222 fire prevention just from the aqueduct. So that's another reason you want it. And yeah, you can see there's quite a bit. 352 from those guys. 220. Oh, it's 222 from our main guy, main aqueduct, and then 180 from wells. That's pretty sweet. So we're getting that down. And then there's other specialists. There's a specialist that reduces fire chance too, and that's like the one that you want to get. So let's see if we can get that guy. Yeah, unfortunately I don't see him, but that is something that you can come over here and scour for. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. That's all I can show you currently. The game is going to come out, mid-November. So if this looks like something you're interested in, check it out. Other than that, thank you guys to my members and Patreons and everybody that supports the channel. Have a good rest of your day.